is If You Don't Know Me By Now by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, starring the legendary Teddy Pendergrass. Yeah, I said it right that time. I hope you enjoy the song. I love it.
All right. All right. Shut up. We're back. Round 2. I brought 2 new guests with me. Do you think we can do it? Do you think we can come up with 15 more or revisit 15 moments in Jorrun's career? I have a feeling we're going to do that and then some. I'm super excited because of the guests that I have with me today are 2 very awesome people who definitely have some strong opinions on Mr. Steer music, as you're seeing behind me. He'll be serenading us throughout the afternoon. Why don't you guys introduce yourself in alphabetical order?
Perfect. Alpha.
You don't gotta tell me twice. Cali Lady, that's how I mostly go by, but Cali SlimeBucketWitchLady is my government name.
Mm-hmm. That's on your driver's license?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And why don't you tell us what some of the stuff that you do on your channel looks like?
Most of it has to do with painting and mixing it up with either Jorrun stuff, Lauren stuff, TCAP stuff. Recently, I started diving into movies and TV soon.
Your art is really impressive. I've seen it on streams before, but I only just recently found the Instagram. So, yeah, you guys should check out her art. If you're gonna hit her up on Instagram, slide in the DMs. You know, ask her to
real damn sexual questions.
Yeah, some genie stuff for free. Obviously, don't offer to pay her for her work. And yeah, I think you'll
pay me an exposure.
Yes, because you're about to be really fucking powerful. Because you're gonna get a green screen, and you should let her know that. Anyway, who's our second guest today?
It's me, Venefica Vex. Venefica.
Venefica Vex. Okay, I got it.
Or Vexy, you know, as many of y'all say. Vexy's good with me.
I will call you what your actual username is, unlike Jorrun, who just gives everybody nicknames, whether they want to or not. Because I always, I have a little nickname for everybody. I just call people what they're called, you know? Come on.
Yeah.
Or their actual real name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or I'll dox you, too. I could do that.
True.
It's sort of my gimmick. You know, I like to fake dox people in my videos. Long-time viewers will know that. No, that was a Jorrun bit I stole. I should take it to the next level and for real dox people. That'll be my gimmick. I want to make sure everybody who's listening right now is screaming because we can't hear you. Yeah, I was afraid I was going to be really quiet for some reason.
We can lower ourselves if that helps.
Nope, you are fine. You know what I think I need to do is decrease the volume of Mr. Steer music as well. Which is always a good idea. Oh yeah, that'll help. Okay, so I presented my list of top 15 Jorrun moments, which ended up being like top 20 with all the other additions I made and honorable mentions. Like I said, I have a feeling we're gonna do that again today. I don't have a list. I'll bring up moments that I remember throughout because I don't need to present my list again. But I'm gonna be reacting and we'll all be bouncing thoughts about what everybody has on their list. And then if all goes well today, I think I'd like to do this again. I think I could make this a regular series. So for those of you who are interested, start thinking about your top 15. Oh, the volume is still low? Seriously? Let's see. I figured. What did I? 1 second before I went live, I was like, good thing I figured out all of the tech elements to everything. Bear with me 1 second while I get it started. While I fidget with my stuff, since I don't need to be talking this whole time, why don't one of you guys share your first thoughts?
Heisenberg, step up your game.
I'm working on it. Cali, you said you had some honorable mentions, things that didn't actually crack the top 15. What are those?
One of them, yeah, one of them is his first O-pic face, the picture that he sent of him performing.
Yes.
And he's just so into it. Like this is him, like fully orgasming his art to his adoring fans. Such bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know if like he really. I have my own thoughts about when he talks to women, what's really going on in his head.
Mm-hmm.
I think personally it could be anyone as an audience to him. It doesn't matter. He obviously doesn't see them as an entity, you know, as a real person. It's all about, you know, pleasing his ego and whatever. That's what I believe. But I really wonder what he thought was going to happen when he sent that picture. Like, did he care what she believed? Did he think that she'd take it seriously? Was he just thinking that was a good picture of him? Like, what was running through his mind? Because that is clearly, I mean, it's not a horrible picture, but it's not what was asked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He misinterpreted the assignment. And
Yeah.
like, I go back and forth with Jorrun. Like, I feel that obviously he's a fucking moron, but like, I like to think that he thought that picture was going to be like, this is going to turn her on so fucking much that's all that's needed.
You're
Like,
you're still talking about the O face, right?
Absolutely.
Not the actual O face, but the first pic that he sent before the actual O face.
Like he's looking like he's like in just like he's like despair or something. His hand is something like, is it like that one?
Yeah, he's like he might be wearing like a dark hoodie. There's a microphone next to him, and his chin's tucked, and he's super serious.
That's good. That's a great Jorrun picture then. The dark mysteriousness, the sensitive artist captured within him, you know, and it shows off that he's a musician too. Yeah, that's a good. That, you know, that's got to be on his OkCupid profile for sure.
OkCupid, absolutely. Was
like,
it?
Out of all the pictures, like it's not a bad photo of him. Like,
but it also doesn't really show his blue eyes superhero. What the fuck is he called?
His blue
eyes. And his face is
Mm.
downward, you know. So it's kind of like, it's not a bad picture, but it's just like, you know, a candid.
We've never seen like a really good picture of Jorrun because they're either like 140p, horribly grainy, terrible quality, or super hyper like HD close up, like you could see the pores in his face, like
Yes.
or there's always like some layers of effects on top of it. I wonder what this guy really just up close looks like. I wonder what he smells like. He probably stinks.
Remember that one person said he smells great.
He's the type of person who believes that like, oh, the natural musk of a man is enough to drive them ladies crazy. All right, that's an inference. I don't have any actual proof. Who knows? Maybe Jorrun smells like flowers. If somebody could find that out for me, that would be great. Okay, who wants to take a road trip to smell Jorrun? Let's go. It's a scientific expedition. I will lead it. I will fund it. Anyway, what else
I'm
is?
curious myself. I can't lie to you. So, you know.
What else is on that list of yours?
The honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is Scarlet, my number one. Ow!
Ow! Yeah. His little, like, he's heard some of those things in his head. Like, he's heard them before. People do that. In music, he does it when he does his, you know, like he's heard other people do it.
Yes.
So it's like, He's like, it doesn't matter that I have a terrible microphone or that it doesn't match the energy of the conversation that's happening right now. It just sounds so forced. He's trying to. He
doesn't let anything come out organically. It's all
Yeah.
rehearsed. It's totally just it's staged. Like he doesn't let anything come out creatively or organically, and that's what makes it funny too.
Especially in replay over and over.
Oh shit! I forgot Clobber. I was listening to part of that. I have a hard time revisiting that video just because of how weird it is. Clobber was streaming the old podcast where I got to actually talk to David Schumacher, and I was the only one who was like really, like not taking it super seriously, which was kind of on purpose. I didn't want him to be like super intimidated, so I asked him some silly questions, and I asked him what Chris Hansen smells like.
I remember that. I remember hearing that.
That's a great one.
I want to know. I want to know. Did you also notice how when I was fixing my microphone for a second while you guys were talking, I didn't just keep going, yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No,
Ooh,
no
man.
kidding. Wow. Like,
Holy shit.
totally half-heartedly paying attention to what you're saying and just going, oh, wow. That Kennedy stream is amazing because that's all it is. It's just like probably a combined hour of just wow.
It is.
Oh.
That's definitely that's on my list.
The Kennedy. We didn't talk much about the Kennedy stream last time, so anything about that? I was re-listening to a little bit of it today. Are you guys like me that it's hard for the longer live streams and videos to listen to without commentary? Like I had to listen to the Alpha Male Derek version of it because I can't listen to it by itself.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like that with most. Like I can't really just listen to Lorne or Jorrun. Like I'll tear my hair out. I love watching or listening to the commentary because that's what keeps me engaged. That's what's funny.
I agree. If I had the means and like if we planned ahead enough, like I guess if you had the list ahead, I could have queued up like and found all the moments and played them, but I'm pretty sure everybody will know and remember all the moments you guys are going to bring up unless you got a really deep cut. Like I've listened to some of his shit so many times now that it's embarrassing how much I remember and have accidentally memorized. Melina just went full on crazy and memorized not only the entire roast but every single one of his like little mannerisms and body motions, like, and she could do it exactly the verbatim. It's so funny. She was fun to have on last week too. Vex, what is topping your list here? What are some of the first things that came to mind for you when I first reached out to you and was like, hey, start thinking of some Jorrun stuff? What was something that you came up with pretty quickly off the top of your head?
Well, the number one thing that I never forget is definitely the worst story ever told.
There's so much to unpack, and because I don't remember everything I said last week, I'm probably gonna end up repeating myself a little bit. But yeah, I love that whole anecdote too. You could probably summarize that whole story in 2 sentences if you omit all the little unnecessary details and the lies and the exaggeration and
lies. That's
yeah.
1,000%. The lies or the exaggerations of what truly actually happened. Like someone else.
It's really a story about 2 friends that went to an event, met 2 people who they started talking to and continued their conversation into a hotel room. She was comfortable enough with him that she was preparing to spend the night and was undressing and relaxing and opening herself up. And he goes, boo! You know, he's like, nope, not hot anymore. He goes, I'm hearing her talk about how her life is so hard and her boyfriend and this and that. I'm like, yeah, I've heard this before. Yeah, I don't want any of that. You know, so fucking disrespectful. And the way that he like still I think he added the whole bit about his friend in the bathroom riding around making noises because he was panicking on stage and not getting enough big laughs like he thought he would. So he just made that up because that I think he goes like, "Yes, laugh. It's silly. It's funny." You know.
He did. He had to tell the crowd to laugh. You know, no one was even like choke laughing or like a little bit like no one. It was silent.
Now,
nothing.
As a musician, as a comedian, a performer, and above all, an alpha, when you go up to the microphone to speak in front of people, that is the first impression they're going to have. He starts that story in the most, like, I mean, if you thought my mic was quiet before, I swear, he goes, once upon a time, I think it was 1995. He's so scared. He was looking at that mic the whole time like, dude, I'm going to get up there. I am going to crush it. Wait till they hear this great story I have. And then of course he couldn't help himself with the once upon a time because he's like, if I tell everything like a fairy tale, that makes it funny. And
yeah,
he never dropped that bit. He really,
no, you can't.
Yeah,
you got to keep it going.
So if you were to retool that, I've had thoughts about this too. If you were to retool that story and embellish and make up some other details that would make it more interesting, what would you add to the story? Like if you were telling it, that wouldn't make you sound like a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, that changed it up. I don't think there's anything you could say that make you, I mean, like, unless.
I mean, because by what I mean by that is, the whole time I'm hearing it, I don't know if he thought that the twist, if you could call it that, or trying to lead people into thinking one thing, and but he doesn't ever do a twist. He just drops it. The taking off the makeup and the hair extensions and things like that, and the transvestite comment made me believe, oh, I know where this is going. It's going to turn out that it was a cross-dresser or it was a man in drag or something like that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, that's just it. That's the end of it. No, he had to bring it up because he had a lesson for the ladies. And he said, ladies, if you're ever with a man who's not going to take no for an answer, which he said, don't say you look like a transvestite. Total turn off. I love that. He was probably looking for like any excuse to not whip out his broken penis, and was like, I'm sorry. I was really into you, but as soon as you said that really, I find that term offensive, and that really bothered me. And now I just can't. I can't finish the sex that we were definitely going to have. I'm so sorry. And thank you goes to Tony Farmer for recognizing the merch. And yet CNJ Dev, unfortunate about the Bills, yes, but we're coping. We're finding ways to recover. This is my new way to channel my time and energy, and I'm loving it. I'm having a blast. So that's a great one. What are your other thoughts just about that video in general and the story?
Well, I don't know if I could go totally in depth with my thoughts and feelings. I plan to in a video eventually, but obviously I think it's going to be a very deep dive.
That would be great.
That's going to be awesome.
If you can figure out how to, I'm sure you could figure. Jorrun never figured it out, but if you could figure out how to play it and do your voiceover and react to it, I would love to tune into that. Or if you want to pre-record and edit it too. That would be great. That would be so fun. You would just pick apart. I know you would pick apart everything wrong with that story. What stands out as like the biggest like takeaway from that story? If you were in the audience and you heard that story from that man for the first time, what would you think of him?
Of him?
Yeah.
I would think he's just full of shit. He's a liar for many different reasons, but just the way his story goes.
And the things he chooses to lie about are so weird.
Exactly. It's like, I don't want to get too deep or too brash on here, but like, I truly believe he is just embellished on so many truths, but they spin out into this whole web. Like if we asked him the story again, he'd probably answer the wrong things because he couldn't remember what he said. Do you know what I mean? Like it's totally spun out of control. But I don't want to say too much, but I definitely think that he has. I think he told that story to kind of make himself feel like alpha, sigma, whatever have you, and see how the crowd reacted to make himself feel better. Because I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
It ended the way it ended. The transvestite thing, like you said, like the joke with like a cross-dresser, that would have kind of been fun. No offense to anyone, that would have been kind of funny. Like,
that just seemed like what it was building up to. Yeah.
Yes, but then it ended. It's just like, oh, well, you just kind of bragged about something, but no one cares.
Yeah, it's all self-serving. It's all for him. Like he wants to make people laugh, but only to make himself feel good. It's not, for people.
Callie, why do you think he
he
chose that story at an open mic? Like, why of all things at all times?
Because his insecurities of it happening, what I believe really happened, his insecurities, and he wanted to just shout it from the rooftops in any way he could that he didn't do what he might have done or attempted to do, and I'll leave it at that.
Or maybe he was, because he was so like hurt by what like ended up happening, that he's like, oh, I'm gonna get back at this person and tell lies. I don't know.
That's interesting.
You never know.
Yeah,
there's so many type of theories,
revenge, acting out.
He hasn't held. We haven't really seen him hold resentment towards any real women that aren't catfishes. Like. He does like the little passive aggressive shit to some guys too, and he like swears that he hates Vince. But I've never heard him like really. I would wonder how he would like take his anger out on a woman. Like, would he do? Oh wait, didn't he like upload a song dedicated to like an ex-girlfriend, and he called her like a bitch in the song or something? Am I imagining that? Did that happen? Something like that.
I don't remember, but I do
remember.
I'm sorry, Callie. Go first.
Oh no, you're fine. I kind of remember. Something's ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm.
Ring that bell.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. It was like it was like a comedy song, but it felt very directed at somebody.
He was angry.
Oh, I was gonna ask you guys. Have you seen the movie Billy Madison?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so Chris Farley and Adam Sandler outside of the bus. That Veronica Vaughn is one hot piece of ace, and he's like, me and her, we got it on, and he's like, no, you didn't. He goes, no, but a friend of mine who knew her, they got it on big time, and he goes, no, they didn't, did they? He goes, no, but could you imagine if they did? That's what I feel like. His story is, like, oh yeah, me and her, we totally boned. It's like, really? Because I know her and she has never mentioned it. Like, well, it wasn't me. It was a buddy of mine. He goes to another school. Yeah,
the local school.
He go to the local school. By the way, shout out everybody in the chat. Shins Koala, thank you so much for having a great conversation with me earlier today. Clobbering Time, who's getting in the groove of making more content again. Hell yeah, love to see that. We got do. Hi, do. Here to party. Donde Lieta? Wait, can everybody put their ethnicities in the chat, please, so I know how to properly stereotype you? Thank you. It's like the bizarro woke universe where everything is Jorrun rules. Like instead of preferred pronouns, or like I have preferred ethnicities. Like I'm mostly Dutch, but I identify as Latino, so I would like to be referred to as such. Okay.
Like if I told him, like if I ever had a conversation with him, like, yeah, I'm like part Puerto Rican, and he like saw me, like, well, why are you so light skinned? Because I'm Puerto Rican.
What?
Like he probably thinks
he
all like
ask
Spanish
that.
people have like dark skin.
Well, look how white he. Oh God, look how white he is.
Well, he makes it obvious. those are roles.
Cali, was that everything on your honorable mentions?
Pretty much.
All right, let's crack the official top 15 then.
I'm ready to crash into this.
Vex says first thing that came to mind for her was the worst story ever. We call it the worst story ever told. It's the best story ever told.
It is the best story ever. We'll keep on going off of it too. It's the best story.
That I said last week, I think, or at least sometime before, was the one that I had the quickest turnaround of absolute refusal to listen to more than 30 seconds of it because I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. It was so bad. The cringe was so bad. To now, like, I love when I hear people talk about it in streams and stuff. I love listening to it again. The intricacy, the twists and the turns, and the fact that it just falls so flat at the end, too.
Yes.
God. Anyway, okay, so, Cali, what's number 15?
Ooh, wow, starting from the back. 15.
Or
you know, this
number
is kind
one.
of a...
You know, I'm not, yeah, you know, go ahead. Yeah.
It does. I mean, these aren't like...
In order.
Yeah, they're, you know... I mean,
No, but,
it's not like from bottoms to tops.
But before we go any further, do you guys think you do have, like, at least the number one moment in your head?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the same
mismatched
question
then.
like you asked Vex was like the first thing that pops into your head. And for me, the first thing that I hear is the roast and him saying, ridiculous. It's so stupid. It has nothing to do with anything. But the way he says ridiculous makes me fucking laugh.
God damn it.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's his little filler word. Because he can't be quiet for a second.
You can't let the room breathe.
He has to constantly be saying things. Or making noises. And if he's not snot rocketing and whistling, it's stuff like that. Ridiculous. It is funny. He said it funny. The time he said it was funny, and he said it like multiple times.
Yes. That's what made it like stand out the most for me, because he kept doing that. And then, or it was just like, makes sense, doesn't it? Like, no, it doesn't. But thank you for telling us that, because now I know.
Been trying to get you guys to call him an ogre. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Like his delivery is so weird, but it's iconic now.
Yes, it is.
It is iconic.
The roast is my number one. Ow!
Ow! God, so the roast in general, but specifically the little weird random delivery and words that are in there did it for you.
Yes.
Huh? Yes.
Okay. And the thermostat.
Yep.
Huge star.
And the fact that the camera sways back and forth a little bit at the beginning for some reason. Like, why?
I've thought about making like a Twitter for Jorrun's thermostat.
It's probably perpetually pretty cold. I mean, you saw his budget on the back of that piece of paper. I didn't see anything about him paying heating bills.
No bills.
He goes, let's see, I could either pay for heat this month or another month of Okay Cupid premium.
Premium.
Yeah.
Yeah, premium. Damn. Okay Cupid, is it not free anymore? I mean,
no, you could do.
Apparently.
They limit. Like most dating apps will let you do everything to an extent until you reach like a limit for the day, unless you pay for their like full access version. You know, their premium version. Fortunately, I haven't had to fuck around on dating apps for like 2 years now, so I was paying for Tinder Premium though. I have done
that as well, so
I didn't like swiping and then they're like, "Oh, that's it for the day. You're done." And I'm like, "What?" Like I'm just sitting on the toilet here. Like I'm just killing time. Like that's all this is. I'm trying to find a wife here. Come on. And you know what? Hey, and it worked.
It worked.
It worked. I sent a super like to my current girlfriend, which I believe you only get a limited number of in the regular or don't get any in the regular, but you get a couple extra in the premium version, so it paid off. God, I'd love to see the real interactions of Jorrun's OkCupid account that he's had for so long.
Me too.
Oh yes.
So many.
From like non-catfishes though, to see how he's really acting to everybody, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't love the catfishes, I'm just saying.
Are you guys always surprised at like the length of conversations he'll have with people that are about nothing?
No,
Like
but I'm
through
always
text?
entertained.
Poor Kelpill, who's like one of the most interesting people that I know,
People.
great
Oh, yeah.
conversationalist, is pulling this conversation with him for so long, and all the catfishes too. Like he's a lord. Like he always wants to be talking and wants to be in communication, but he doesn't. He's a boring guy. It was, you know, he's living alone. He's not in a band. He's not in a comedy troupe anymore. COVID's going on. He's not really like. There was periods of time where he was and wasn't employed. So he just was bored all the time, and he would just hit up these girls so much and talk about nothing.
God. He really did, and he especially with like the kelp pill like profiles and even chats, even like the Wes ones, like he tries really hard to sound interesting or that he knows what they're talking about, but he really doesn't.
And the weird things that are across all conversations are really weird. Like how often he asks them who the most handsome predator is, as if it's not Chuck Harding. Yeah, that's a. Oh, here we go. There's the back of his. Bandana and Phoenix tapestry.
Oof.
Wow. I'm really glad that I can barely hear this.
Yeah, I got this. Got it muted.
Okay. VV. There we go.
VV's good, yes.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll call you anything but the name that you actually prefer to be called. I'll call you.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm in a totally different arena with y'all. We're good.
What do you got for us?
Okay. In the mac and cheese calls, whenever Wes is asking.
Oh wait, incoming! Hold on.
Not me. Fuck
Okay.
that.
I gotta
Can we get your guests to give us their best YAHHH, huh?
Oh, that's a very fair request. Clobbering time with a $5.17 donation. Thank you. Did you? I don't know if you guys were able to catch that on screen, but he would love to hear my guest's best yaha.
Oh yeah.
Take the whatever content. It's a happy yaha. It's a sad yaha. It's an indifferent yaha. Let's see the range of yahas that we can get.
All right, Cali first.
Okay, I'll try this one. This is like part of my favorite. It's of the AHA medleys and everything that we've got. It's when he is kind of like running out of breath, and his last breaths, he'll do the oh, there. Breathe, Jordan, breathe.
I can't beat that. Oh shit.
That was spot on. Wow.
Dude, I cannot. Mine will sound more like Joey, but that was so good.
Yeah, Venefica, do your clobber Joey like over exaggerated like
Got it. I will do that for y'all. Okay, let me try. I'm gonna make all y'all laugh with my piss poor attempt, but here we go. Yeah.
It's you going over. It's like Super Mario.
Yeah, I hear a little Matthew Mahogany too.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. I'm brainwashed by Alpha Male Derek, so that makes sense.
There are little points to everybody's, like the Alpha Male Derek one. You want to do it like you're going down a roller coaster, like yeah. Or if you're Jorrun jumping out of an airplane, maybe, which he did. Which he did too. Could you? I wish that's what he said when he jumped out of the plane. The fucking jet engines are just blaring, and they could over that they could still hear him going, "Yeah." Okay, I think we were on Venefica when I cut everybody off. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's good. When Wes was asking Jorrun if he had deleted the videos or if he put them on private, and he wasn't giving him a straightforward answer, and the way that he's like, "It's gone." I say it all the time in my everyday life. It's hilarious to me because like he just won't be clear if he privated, because Wes is grilling him. I'm like, "No, I know that whenever you do this to a video, it does this, and what are you doing with this video?" And he's like, "It's gone." Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hearing that for the first time, not even knowing for sure that it was real. Like, I knew the call was real. I didn't know if... You don't know for sure if Wes really had the video or not. He did, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
But you could just tell from the sudden change of, like... The tone of the call in calls prior is... "Oh, I fucked up. Like, oh, I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm so embarrassed. Tell me what to do, please. Like, I need the help." And then as soon as Wes is like, "Okay, you say all those things, but why don't you try to..." The way he delivers it is great. He goes, "By the way, what's this?" And he sends the link. And he tries to pull the I can't seem to open the it's authentication error. It's like it's like, imagine like you could have Woody Allen doing the same bit, and it would sound exactly the same. Like, did you check the Did you clear the cache? I don't know. Should I try another browser? Oh.
Yes, it's so perfectly like delivered. It's almost like this. It's like perfect like theater right here. And then when he starts to get so frustrated, Clobber mentioned, Wes, you need to like calm down. I am not the one.
Yeah. I love that part too. I can't even lie to y'all. You need to calm down. That's my bless for y'all.
Yeah.
Who do you guys want to shout out that played a role in interacting with Jorrun? Wes for sure.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that trolled him in his live streams.
Honestly, like everybody, and the recent one with I'm just being honest is pure poetry.
Who's in the chat right now? Shout out.
Honest.
If anybody is ever fortunate enough to have a fantastic, what does he say? Magnificent or something conversation with this black chick from Cali. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
That what was the actual quote? I was having this. Did he actually say
this amazing conversation from the black chick from Cali?
It wasn't the girl. It wasn't the woman that was amazing. It was the conversation, because he's such a great conversationist. It was so amazing.
That's why the person doesn't exist. It's just in his own little world. He's so maybe not sociopathic, but maybe.
Magnificent. Spectacular.
But yeah. Anyway, that just stood out to me for a second. That goes to show that he doesn't see anyone as a person. But we already knew that,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and shout out to Jason Blaha too. Yep.
Oh,
and Kennedy's whore cat.
Oh my god.
And
damn whore mouth.
Oh my god, y'all! I forgot about that till just now.
All right, Kelly, what's on your list next?
This, I'm gonna save that one.
The magic moment. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, let's go to a singing one.
Oh,
the
please.
All I Wanna Do song. All I wanna do.
Okay, that was on my list last week too, and I'm really anxious to hear what part of that video and that song made you put it on your list.
Well, it's quite simple. It's the opening. You hear the guitar going, where you're waiting, like, all right, he's gonna start singing. Okay. He's not ready yet. All right. And then when he comes in with the, it's so slightly off.
Mm-hmm.
Like his vocals are like so slightly behind.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's an original of his, right?
Yes,
I
think
believe.
it is as well.
I think it's like for a friend of his, like wrote it as as poetry, and he made it into a song. I could be wrong on that one, but that's.
I thought that was down for that.
That reminds me of your video, by the way, Vex, of the Dustin crossover. All I want to do is hold you. And close you.
Yeah.
Hold you.
Yeah, the timing and the pitch,
Yes.
all off by like 1 degree. And
It sounds like every single song in the Twilight movie series.
It's like dark and brooding, but like really
So
kind of
brooding.
pussy shit at the same time, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my god.
what was your reaction to making it through that video and then to get hit with the double Jorrun chorus mirrored finger on headphone, 2 Jorruns at once, not harmonizing, both singing the same key.
Not at all.
Same key.
Which why do it twice
All
then?
the time.
What's the point?
More Jorrun.
But you are never there.
Oh my
that also has.
It's oh my god, that one too. Holy shit, yeah. It's just my like jaw on the floor. Like you can't. This is a joke. This can't be serious.
You think it is, but he's definitely serious, right? Because like even at the
He's
beginning of the
serious.
video, he's like smiling at the camera while he's driving.
It's another one where he's like, how many video effects can I put in this to make people take this seriously? If I invert the colors and make 2 of me appear on screen and everything is not centered and balanced, you know? And I green screen myself into this and that. Finally, people will take me seriously as an artist. Sometimes less is more, Jorrun, you know?
Not in Jorrun's vocabulary.
Or in his hair.
Heyo.
Okay, what's who wants to go next?
I guess I can. Okay, it kind of goes into something that you had said, but that fucking meteor effect. I can't. I mean, we all can and we love to, but it's so horrible because it will never stop.
Fuck, if I could have done it on the fly right now, I would have put some effects over me. I'll have to remember that for next time. I do have a green screen. I am using it. That's probably why you feel like I'm so powerful right now. Is because
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trembling right now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how turned on were you just now when I said that I had the green screen?
30.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
off
at
the
least
charts.
30. I'm surprised his green screen wasn't blue, so we can call it another superpower of his.
I should have got a blue screen. Fuck, to match his
Blue
eyes.
screen, yep.
Then his eyes could have been fading in and out with the
Exactly.
video. That would have been
so
truly horrifying.
mysterious.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
He's are you guys into Chris Chan stuff at all?
Very little. All I know from
Same.
Christian is Day Shaman, what he does sometimes. But go ahead.
He's very insistent, especially in the early days, of letting people know that he has 2 different colored eyes, which he does, but it's not like in his comics when he depicts himself, they are like completely different colors. In real life, it's like one's like a slightly different shade, you know. That's Jorrun. His blue eyes are his superpower. What? How many videos have we seen of his face close up? I didn't think anything of his eyes. Oh my god, incoming!
Not me. Fuck that.
CNJ Dev!
What software do you all use to edit videos? This is for chat too. I'd like to learn video editing.
Good point. Well, first off, I'd like to, if you want to learn anything about video editing or streaming, go to Danny G. Danny G taught him how to stream. I'm sure she could. I'm sure she could do
That's
that
like our
too.
anthem.
Yes. You don't. Chances are. Okay, thought we were buffering for a second. Chances are you're not. If you're gonna do TCAP stuff, it doesn't have to be anything too complex. You know, you're probably just gonna play footage and talk over it. I use Vegas Pro, which is a pretty complicated editing software. More, but there are like even some free ones or like pretty inexpensive ones. Like Filmora is a good one that'll allow you to do a lot. But for streaming, all you really need is Streamlabs and a webcam and a mic. So if you ever wanted to just stream stuff, that's what I would do. Jorrun got the free trial version of Windows Movie Maker and didn't bother to make any adjustments to the settings of any of the effects to make any of his videos look good. So, yeah, he just put in every single thing that whatever software he was using would allow him to do. And any
professionals do.
You could probably afford to do better than any software that has a built-in plugin of hearts raining down and meteors flying it. Like usually those are like for little kids. Like you could probably do better than that. But as intimidating as Vegas Pro may look for somebody who like grew up on Windows Movie Maker like me when I was a little kid, like it didn't take me very long to figure things out, and there's like 100 tutorials on how to do things on YouTube. So I say Vegas Pro is the way to go. A lot of people like Adobe Premiere, or even an iMovie is pretty basic, but you can still do a lot in that. So yeah, Final Cut. Yep. So how about you guys? I mean, have you found that for what you've been trying to make on YouTube, like you're able to do everything that you want to do right now, or is there more you'd like to learn to do? Because there's more we'd love to see of you guys for sure. But
green screen, man. I have a green screen. I don't know what to do with it, so I'll figure that out eventually.
Yeah, not green screen for me. Like Audacity works pretty well for me when it comes to anything vocal. I would like to learn more about like adding images and cutting clips, because I know how to do that, like audio, just not like visual.
If you like editing, and if you find that you do have the patience for it, for me it's like one of my only passions that if anybody else were to see me edit the videos that I do, like this whole last summer I made 2-minute videos like every day for 69 days, for almost 69 days, and I would sometimes spend hours making 2-minute videos, and people would probably see that, like, why is he choosing to put in that amount of work? But really, like, the time flies by, and I love it. But there's so much stuff that goes into it, too. You're like, okay, how hard could it be? Okay, opening shot, we got some text that says, here's, my channel. And it's like, okay, how do I want the text to appear? What color? What's the font? What's the size? How long should it be there? Did I spell everything right? And then before you know it, in the first 2 seconds of your video, you've spent 25 minutes, 30 minutes just fiddling with the opening credits. Oh my God, this is like 80% transparent Jorrun behind me right now. He's slowly fading into the forest.
God.
How fitting.
Oh yeah. If this is any indication of what not to do, don't do anything this man has ever done or chosen to do. And he chose to do this. Like, his camera didn't do this accidentally. He recorded something, put this horrible shot of the forest behind him, saw that he was invisible, and said, that's good enough for YouTube. That's it. Which
This seems
doesn't
more
he also
Twilight.
say that he's like a perfectionist and gets too big of ideas to do, and
That's
see,
BS, man. Because that's me. That's why there's literally nothing. But
Yes.
this, oh God, I'd be so embarrassed.
I cannot
Yeah.
believe some of the quality of the things that he put out. It may be on one of your guys' list, but that April Fool's apology video to Lauren, where the camera's
yeah.
inverted and the camera is smudged and is disgusting.
Vaseline.
Yeah. And the joke at the end is so lame and like upside down, and I just scrap it at that point. I'd go, this was never that good of an idea, and just delete the video. I would not upload that.
Or just like, oh hey, like after uploading some stuff, like, hey, want to see some funny stuff of me attempting to try things? Ha ha ha! It's so funny. Look how far I've come.
Yeah, there you go. There's your director's, behind the scenes. What
Creative process.
God, can you imagine what didn't make it to YouTube? Could you imagine if there's anything out there that he chose to not, said wasn't up to his standards? How bad would it be?
What standards?
Right,
Where are
what
they? I would
standard?
love to know where they are.
In
Oh
his
my
head.
God.
They're impossible to meet.
I think this video alone is proof that there was no bad video. There was nothing that he scrapped. If he made it
That's
or
what I
started
was
making
thinking.
it went up. It didn't matter.
It's all there. Yeah.
It's
Like-
a quantity, not quality. You know.
Yes. That I
Mhm.
truly believe that's how he interprets like putting out content. Like, you know what? Let me just put something out there so I'm, like my name's on
Relevant.
everyone. Yes,
Whatever.
relevant, to stay relevant and to keep getting those likes, comments, subscribes. Yes.
Well, now he's hella relevant. Just maybe not the way he likes.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. Yep.
Here we are.
Cali, what's next on your list?
Every time he would roll his R's to sound more Latino, and my favorite one is release me at once.
Which time? The first time or the second time? Because he did it twice, and then he paused the video and said, and did it again. You go, yeah. That's so
Well, the
funny.
first time was pretty okay.
He also rolled his R in one of his Funny Please sketches too.
Yeah.
With Billy.
Amber Inferno.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Muy caliente.
It's the comedic equivalent of jiggling your keys in front of a baby. You know, it's like a silly noise.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's not
Cheap.
that funny.
Mental image is
Cheap,
funny.
cheap tricks. Yeah, that's a top one whenever he tries to sound like he's trying to convince us that he's Latino and the Latino blood and whatever, like get the fuck out of here.
Why did that mean so much to him that we knew that?
Well, I believe he's so stuck on stereotypes, like with like certain movies, like in the 80s, like even like early 90s. It was all about everyone needs a label. Everyone has to be some type of like stereotype because that's what identifies them. But with like zero substance, it's just okay. Well, because there is that Latin like trope of like the fiery pepper. Where
Heisenberg is way hotter than who?
It's honestly offensive. Like the only
me.
type of
Fuck
films
Hang
back
on,
in the day
pause. Damn it.
Heisenberg. Only
It's
you
really
can see this
interesting. I wanna
message.
hear
I've
this.
gotten my
Oh, wait.
hands on Jorrun's, Bill Withers live stream, that no one in the community has seen before. I'll be streaming it on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whatever you do, don't tell anyone this confidential information.
Your secret is safe with me. Here to party. Holy shit. New, never before seen Jorrun content coming soon. Damn.
love here to
Oh,
party.
yes.
Bill Withers.
We need it.
Yes, please ruin the legacy of another acclaimed musician. God, just fucking do it. Just take them all out. Cover the Beatles. Cover fucking Elvis. I don't care. Just ruin everything, please, Jorrun. God. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I'm excited about that. I'm sorry. We cut you off. You were
Totally
talking
fine,
about
didn't-
stereotypes and why he chose to identify with them.
Well, he believes that because like with film, like back in the day, it was like if you were the spicy Latino, the spicy Latina, like it's all about them being spicy and fire and sultry and sexual. Like that's what he wants to be. So he's trying to push that
Mm-hmm.
in everyone's faces. Like don't just like stare at it, eat it. Just do it. Just be that person.
Do you
That's a
think it's
perfect way to say it,
also
honestly.
do you think it's also just when you have such a lack of personality and
Yeah.
interesting things about you, you cling on to like the things that can't be taken away from you that are part of your identity, and you just make it your whole identity. Like
Yeah.
some people do that with alcohol. Like they're so boring, but they're like, dude, like I get fucked up all the time. Like I'm a big drinker. Like I'm a big partier, or in his heritage, like he's gonna shoehorn in the fact that he has Latin ancestors into every conversation because he has nothing else to talk about,
Awesome.
and there's no other part of his personality that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
demon you cling to.
people who pay for really expensive sneakers and that's all they ever talk about and post about, or people who just like hyper identify with one weird thing, like we're doing right now with Jorrun. So yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, Kelpa, he idolized Gomez Adams. Well, to be fair, Gomez Adams and Morticia, I believe that they had like the perfect marriage.
This is news to me. He idolized Gomez Adams.
Got him, Mia.
Yeah, because he was charming and suave, and he had a really freaking hot wife, and that's him. That's how he sees himself. So
Yeah.
he's like,
And that's how Morticia would respond. Like that's what he believed would happen if he did do that to women.
it's the struggle in this man is the duality of Jorrun is what's the ratio of princess sweet talk, precious, that he can do while also claiming to be a dom and
That sigh.
yeah, and try to be the dominant one in a freelance sense, of course. You're not a full-time dom.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on the whole dom thing? Because
I
it
will
was
say
weird
really
enough when it came up with Wes, but it was also pretty weird when it came up with Kelp, too. So he's told multiple people this. Like,
Okay, I'm actually gonna have to go after I say this, probably, if that's okay. Or after this little clip it, whatever the hell is that? Is that cool?
That's fine. We're happy to have you, and if you
Yeah.
are able to tune back in, you can.
Yes,
That's fine.
okay.
So leave us with your thoughts on that, and then maybe like your number one all-time moment you can think of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to Jorrun and his domness, like I really love how Wes grilled him, because someone who's truly in the lifestyle of it all, or the know-how, or the whatever, knows what they're doing as a dom. First of all, freelance dom does not exist. I have videos on my page about it, about a girl who's a sub that I asked her questions on it, and she knows who Jorrun is because I've made her listen to it, many times and stuff. But like, it just doesn't exist. And so for him to answer the questions the way he does, I think it's so telling, or crazy, not telling, that he was in Cricket Snapper. And I've said it before. I think he wants so badly to let himself go because he knows he is the subordinate one. And that's why he has fantasies of abusing women by shoving them into genie bottles, the cruelty of it, because he understands his place. And I do believe he's in, I don't mean place like that, I mean in BDSM, he just wants to not be, but he knows what he is.
He didn't blink. He didn't pause when Wes said, "No, that sounds to me more like you're into the master slave vibe." And
Correct.
in the context of kinks and sex and consent. Like I know what's implied by that, but in Jorrun's case, it's almost like like a slave in like the real sense of the word. Like
that's what he wants.
yeah.
So for him to say he's a dom, he'd say he was a master if he was truly into this, because a master would have a true slave.
He responded to Wes's inquiring about his knowledge. I think I've said this in a stream before, the same way that I used to answer questions about a book in English class that I didn't read. And I'm like, okay, so in the end, was the Gatsby really great? Who's to say? We don't know. As the audience, it's left for us to decide. Personally, in this book, I found the men to be more interesting than the mice, though I did enjoy that storyline. I mean, what else could you really say about it? You know, it goes without saying. So, yeah, that's how he fucking answers questions about things he claims to be an expert on. Okay, so if you're in a rush to get out of here, okay, plug anything that you want to plug and give us a parting Jorrun moment to go out on.
Okay. I don't really have anything to plug. I just appreciate all of you for letting me be in your little cool kids club. And I really enjoy TCAP and everything that goes along with it. And I love all of you. You all are great. That's all I have to say. And hopefully I'll have more content in the future. And thanks for having me. And it was wonderful to get down with you too, Cali.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first time we've interacted at all, and I love your shit. You're really fucking funny and very knowledgeable about all this Dom stuff, and I find it very interesting to break it down because Jorrun has no idea.
It's not.
No, he thinks he knows.
This actually ended up being a great group of people because Cali can tackle the sensitive artist side of Jorrun.
Yes.
Vex can tackle the Dom sub vibe of Jorrun. I, of course, am the alpha.
Yes,
I bring the alpha experience and knowledge to the table. So I've got that
Capital
covered.
XY.
We could do a whole video just about the word alpha, or we could do what he did and just stream reading the definition from Wikipedia like he did one time. Oh, here's your meteor shot happening behind us, shooting stars.
The most wonderful shooting star.
It's a tactical nuke. Oh my God, they're bombing. That's the real Jorrun bombity. Fuck. All right. Hey, you have a great rest of your night. I hope we can talk again soon.
Yes. I will say before I leave, the number one thing that comes to my mind is I see angels. I hate that shit so much. So much. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Oh, y'all better.
Yes. I've got that rap on my list. And that's a good part of it.
If he performed that in the context of entertaining a bunch of 3-year-olds, I would have said yes, bravo. That's funny. The silly way that you did it, the way you go, that your rap is nothing complex at all. The way I was like, yes, this is very good content for 3-year-olds. No, he was trying to look hard and show off his rap skills for real.
With the same do-rag he was wearing in freaking Cricket Snacker.
And
reading the lyrics on the screen.
Yes.
With his genie bottles on display.
On purpose.
And wanted us to be like, yo, this dude's spitting bars right now. This dude.
he spits fire. Exactly, man.
Wow.
Anyway, but that was my number one thing. I can't not watch it. I love it so much. So anyway, thanks for having me. I'm sorry I had to cut out early. I kind of have to do some things.
Nah, it's all right.
Alpha things.
Just alpha shit, you know.
You just alpha shit, y'all know.
Yeah.
Y'all already know. All right, bye, y'all.
Bye, Gorge.
Peace.
Bye.
Take care. Okay. Now, how far into the list are you right now? Did you number them?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what number are we up to?
Well,
down
I'm not doing them in any order, but
Yeah.
speaking, I'll jump on what Vex brought up with the rap. So two things: the rap and the mortician skit scat. There's these certain lines that are in the script that could possibly be like funny jokes. However, comma, he can't deliver the joke. Like there's no punch. There's no like through. It's like for the rap. It's in the beginning, and I have not like really heard it until I really listened to it like in my good headphones. He says first name Jorrun, second name comedy. Not really.
No, not really.
No,
Yeah.
not really. Like it's off. And then the mortician skit, he says something like, "I just took that weekend course at the South Coast Community College in Delhi."
Yeah. He's
Like
mumbly.
yeah.
He would think too highly of himself at this stage in his life. If there was ever an opportunity, it was like comedy for beginners. He'd be like, hell no. I'm way past that point. But if he did take the course, they would teach him things like timing and volume.
Yes.
I mean, be heard. You know, you're not supposed to, when you do a play or a musical, you're trying to act. You're acting. You're trying to act as you would, but you can't talk like you would in real life because a normal speaking volume between two people in the same room would never carry across the stage. You have to enunciate at a level that's not fit for normal conversation, but it's fit for the spectacle of the stage, you know? So yes, I do think if those characters were saying and thinking those things, they would say it at that volume and level. But that's no good for a comedy video. That doesn't make any sense. Especially if it's a joke in a comedy video. What are you gonna try to bury that part? You're like, my physical comedy will save this. Let me lift his arm up and cower back from it, and then milk his penis.
Yeah, milk his penis and pick up a blue bucket, which matches his eyes.
That's great.
He says it matches his outfit, but he wanted to say, "Oh, matches my eyes."
Well, that's why he picked the outfit.
Yep. He's always in blue. I get if blue's your color.
Damn.
Like, whatever.
I wish
wear it.
If
Work
we
it.
Please, everybody watching, promise me if we rediscover his new channel, if he ever has one, before we start bombing it, that somebody throws a genuine request out there for him to sing. What is it, like Eiffel 65 or Eiffel 95? I'm blue. I'm blue. Da, 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 da. I'd love him. I'd love to hear him do that. I have so many songs I would love for him to cover. At least I think in my head. He's covered some of like my actual favorite songs, and I hate him for it.
Aw. He hasn't really hit
it.
me with my line of songs, so.
Why he
Doesn't hurt
chose
too
to
much.
cover Ernie Tennessee Ford 16 Tons. Do you know what that man is famous for? Having the deepest fucking bass baritone voice in like country music history. And he goes and he tries to fucking do it, and it's terrible, and I don't like it.
He's not a baritone, he's not a bass. I feel he thinks himself as maybe like a mezzo tenor possibly, but
yeah, listen to him right now.
Yeah.
Everything is yeah.
Yeah, he thinks he's singing in his head voice, but it's stuck back in his throat, and it sounds like he's drowning.
Yeah, he doesn't sing from the diaphragm, from the stomach. Yeah, it is very throaty, like
very
nasally.
throaty.
Yeah.
Like I bet he gets really sore like every time he sings. A beta tone cover. God damn it. Not a beta tone.
Beta tone. I'd wear that on a shirt.
I so would. It sounds like a quartet, one of those
Like a band
acapella.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
the Beta Tone brothers, and they do barbershop quartet, but they do it really softly and quietly and poorly. Yeah.
Yeah, you can barely hear it.
For the longest time. and there's no tenor. They're all singing the same pitch. You know, they're all singing the same key.
Yeah. One like kind of tries to find the harmony, but then like gives up right away because he doesn't hit it. He's like, no.
You go, ow!
And he'll just do that. Ow!
You think that's what he says when he steps on a Lego? You go, yo!
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. I have so many things to say about every one of your choices so far, so I'm really excited to hear what you have next.
Did you know, I'm putting this on my list because I haven't heard it before. Some of these are like kind of fresh for me because I just noticed them. But the Bells song, his phone goes off twice.
I did not notice that. And I've heard that song a lot.
Yeah, listen with like some good like earbuds, like something that's really like close to the eardrum. Like you'll hear it just go like bling.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think like maybe is it part of the song? Is it? But then you hear it the second time like that's a fucking iPhone. What the hell? Silence your phone, you fucking perfectionist. Oh my god, I got a little angry there for a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, so I had to get a little angry with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to get a little angry with you.
Which makes me wonder that he must have recorded it with his webcam, because I would have assumed that he would have used his phone to record most of that stuff. But no, that doesn't surprise me at all. That I made a really shitty Jorrun meme a few weeks ago. Well, first off, Jorrun made a Jorrun meme before that he sent to Kelpill, that he actually sent to Kelpill. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that?
Which?
He made a meme of himself. So in the at one point in the Kelpill chat log, he says, "Hey, are you up for a call or a conversation?" She says, "Yeah, I've got like work the next day, so I can't be on. I can't be on for like 3 hours or anything like that. It'll have to be quick." But I guess the conversation went longer than expected. And it was close to 3 hours. So he sent a photo of himself smiling with the Impact font meme text above and on the bottom of it saying, says she won't talk to Jorrun for 3 hours, talks to Jorrun for 3 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. So I took that photo and I cropped out that text and added my own text, and I made like a dozen like Jorrun memes. And one of them was oh god, it's horrifying. Was starts song by saying he never hears the bells, spends rest of song singing about how he hears the bells.
That's good. That's fucking brilliant.
That also gave way to Tell's story in live stream about not finding any chicken, somehow still makes chicken recipe. Like he got distracted midway of telling that story, and he goes, "I went to the store completely out of chicken thighs and chicken breasts, eggs too. It was like 20 minutes to closing. They had nothing there." And then he gets like distracted, and then he goes, "So anyway, I made it, and it was and he goes, and it was fucking delicious." You know.
Fuck yeah. You do that perfectly. The fucking delicious bomb ass fried rice.
That's my favorite new Jorrun meme is his buddies going, "Hey, there he is." I love to add that in. Oh, fuck.
I'll have to
Yeah, and
refresh
yes,
on
thank you,
those
Cookie
memes.
Whoopi. I'm not crazy. Why do you tell a story about not finding chicken, and then how are you gonna tell me you made the recipe? You lie. You're a liar.
Falsifications
I can't imagine him cooking.
on that walk.
Oh, on the
That-
walk, yeah.
Fucking burnt, crusty walk.
He would be into like cast iron like stuff because you don't have to like wash it, you know. And he's like,
Oh, yeah, like
it
something-
actually seals
something
into
easy.
flavor, you know. So he could just
Oh,
keep
yeah.
a gnarly, gross, disgusting fucking kitchen. He's the type of
God.
person to have a dishwasher but still pile up dishes in the sink for some reason.
Yes.
I'm also
Yes.
one of those people too.
Me too. Me too. I am gonna own up to that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's 1 extra second of work, but I just can't be fucked right now. You can't be bothered. Anyway.
Throw a little Dawn and some water. It'll be all right.
All right. What do
Joey,
you
hi.
got next?
Ooh, okay. Different places. His pickup artist mindset. Here to Party does. I love his like Alpha Male Mondays, like talking about like the pickup artist and those like TV shows, like when it's all about like picking up women. Because he said this to Wes in one of the apology calls. There is an art to what I do, if I do say so myself. An art to what?
He really believed that.
He did.
That
Like-
I mean, he was like kind of like joking with Wes when he said it, but no, he really believes that. He believes he got it down to a science. And let's say, okay, so to his credit, what at that time, what did he have? He had private text conversations going with multiple women.
Multiple, yeah.
Which
he might have
is
been winning
good,
the
you know.
contest.
Yeah, right. So step 1, there.
Step 3, profit.
Yes. That's it. Like, I'm talking to so many girls right now. It's like, really? What about? It's like, how was work today? Do you own? How many shoes do you have? You know, stuff like that. You know, but I'm getting around. Let me tell you, this community's a fucking pussy gold mine. I think he was playing the long game and was just trying to make me jealous, and he wanted my attention and affection and love.
Well, but
Because-
also cut you down and
Yeah.
pretty much call you ugly.
Yeah, that was
How
that was
horrible,
my
how
that was
rude.
my rock bottom. That was
Aw.
that was the point I kind of gave up when Jorrun proudly and without
Proudly.
hesitation says, I still like to think that he misunderstood what was just said, but
Yeah, most of the time. He always does.
I mean, it was just after Danny was going on about the wonderful work that the community just did with this fundraiser. Like, so it would be so weird to like take such a mean, hard stance on somebody like that after just talking and going like, wow, yeah, good for him. I'm glad he raised all that money. You go, more handsome than who? Not me. Fuck that.
Fuck that. Well, that's what alphas do. They gotta knock you down a peg. Every male in the room, they gotta be knocked down a peg.
You are, I mean, you agree with me that the worst thing you can do for yourself if you're trying, first off, if you have to try to be alpha, that means you're already not.
Yes.
You're not a natural alpha. Can you achieve alpha dom? I mean, can you become that? Can you teach yourself that? If you have to announce it, you've already failed.
Yeah, and that's all he does is he announces like I pride myself on, the golden rule, which I guess, whatever, being a good person. I'm this, I'm that, like
Harriet has decided to join me.
Harriet.
Oh,
There she is.
Yeah. Like, for me, when I think of alpha, which I don't very often unless I'm thinking
Right.
about Jorrun. But when I think of what he thinks it is, he wants the second that he shows up anywhere, everybody in the room to light up and go, yes, Jorrun is here. And he brought his
Finally.
guitar. Yes. This is great. But really, like, just being a pleasant person to be around and being a good listener will make you so much more likable and memorable than you announcing to everybody that you are an alpha and trying to do that pickup artist type shit you're talking about.
You hit it perfectly. It's listening, being a listener, and like being engaged with the person that you are talking with. Like, no, like he just, all he does is want to talk about himself. He doesn't even, like we see from like all the fucking streams, he does not listen.
Damn, I was really hoping I would get a donation right as you were talking about how important it is to listen to the person you're talking about. Shut the fuck up!
Cali, shut the fuck up!
Do you love how he thinks so highly of the women that he got to stream with? But it's we talked about this at the beginning, but he just does this like, yeah, wow, yeah, while he's typing and moving his desk around and.
Oh god, tap dancing. I don't know. He's fucking making a cup of noodles, whatever. I don't know.
Peeing into the toilet as loud as he possibly can. Yeah.
As loud as. Gotta see that toilet too. That's another thing. His apartment.
Love to think that like there's this secret forum or group of female TCAPers who keep like hottie ranked lists, you know, like who's the hottest in the community, and they're always talking about all the hot guys in the community, and they're like, ladies, were you at Jorrun's stream the other day? He was pissing so loudly, I couldn't believe it. Dude must be packing a salami. I'm telling you, Jorrun's got huge genitals. Nobody with a tiny dink could ever urinate at the decibels of volume. It was fuck. I've stood next to Niagara Falls, and it was louder than that.
Could not compare.
And they go,
You couldn't even
wow.
guzzle it if you wanted.
Oh God, that's gross. And then all the girls are like, "Whoa, oh my gosh, wow, what?"
Oh.
Cali, be honest. Does that exist? Is there a secret forum where you rate all the TCAP guys?
No.
Do you want to start one?
Sure. I mean, didn't well, I recently listened to, and that actually was my honorable mention when Kelp and Jorrun, it was more Kelpy kind of doing this, but she was assigning like I play like a D&D, and she was like, which like D&D traits, like Clobber is the God, what the fuck did he call the monk, and then Big Salmon's like the engineer, and also like yeah,
okay.
George thought of himself as absolute like there is a character out there, if you watch like Critical Role, Scanlan. He's this like gnome bard who thinks so highly of himself, and I definitely get Jorrun vibes from that, but Scanlan actually gets pussy.
Yeah. Confidence is key, right? You know?
Yes.
But when it's so unearned, it's really off-putting and easy and transparent to see. Jorrun tried to have a little private chat with Wes, ranking the women and their attractiveness. And
with Wes and Kelp, and he was being so like coquettish about like who he was
wasn't
ranking.
He like hesitant to like?
He was scared.
He did answer about the females that he. Yeah. But he was honest, but in a way of like, I've only heard her voice, but I bet she's hot. Like I don't know. but he always wanted to know who the handsome predators were, because that's the biggest thing he got out of TCAP, I think, which a lot of us have, is the feeling of superiority, the feeling of, wow, you know what, my life may be pretty fucked up sometimes, but at least I'm not one of these losers. And that's all he had. And everything after that was the bonus. The, oh my god, the flirting and the babes and the audience that I can have. But really, people say that he like was never really that into TCAP. I think he didn't bother to educate himself on a lot of it, but I think he got that Schadenfreude, experience of watching these guys fuck up, and
he read the
feel
Cliff
better.
Notes.
Yeah, and feel better about himself because of it. So it was always like, so that was the bar. Like if he could say to himself, he's like, okay, as long as if she says, David Schumacher, if I can prove that I'm hotter than David Schumacher, then I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's, what is it with the, I'm sorry, Clobber says that he is the Nomi Malone of TCAPers. You know what, Clobber? I don't know what it is you do or what it is you're good at, but if it's at the cheetah, it's not TCAP, and I know that much.
You guys get along just great. You two, you and Clobber. You have so much in common. Favorite movies, musicals. Love it. Love the dynamic.
Yeah, he's surprisingly knowledgeable. It's fun.
You're gonna make a believer out of him. A fan.
Yep. No.
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna create the church of Nomi Malone. Bowl of ice for everybody.
Should we make a church of? We say geography.
Geography, yeah.
Yeah, but like if we wanted to take it to the next level and like early day old school lornography, where it was like a cultish religion, and we made like what would you put in the Jorrun summoning circle? A genie bottle.
It has to be a genie bottle. Maybe, like, it doesn't have to be like a big guitar. It can be a little toy guitar or like ukulele, something.
A really shitty quality webcam.
Yes.
Some
coupons.
Coupons, yes.
Gotta have the coupons.
And
thermostat.
just ripped it off the wall.
Just rip it off the wall, yeah. Wires hanging out and everything.
You gotta set it to 66.6 degrees.
A sensible 66.6 degrees.
And
comedy mask logo shin. Yeah.
Sunglasses, maybe.
Oh God, those fucking sunglasses. Were those like Oakley's? Like.
Yeah, I feel like they're
knockoffs.
Yeah, or yeah, something like that.
Shit you get at like the outlet mall.
You need a big, nice pair of sunglasses, but you don't go outside. You do when you go and record your little music videos, but that's it.
Yeah, it's one of his characters.
All right.
More like Jokeley's. Nice cookie, will be fine. And that's what makes like.
Or hey, if he's not an Oakley's guy, maybe he's more into Ray-Bans.
I don't know sunglass.
Yeah, that's
I can't
the
follow
only
that.
two that I know. So okay. All right. Do you have another list item?
Ooh, yes. Speaking of Clobber, his Clobber obsession. It's fascinating to me.
How much praise he showers the gateway drugs, right? You know, who at this point so barely loosely at the time of him, he goes, Danknet is the biggest reason I'm here today. Danknet made one video about lornography.
Lorne, yeah.
Bay Shaman, loved Bay Shaman. By the time that he was around, Bay Shaman had eliminated almost all of his TCAP content off of YouTube. So really, I would think that the majority of his TCAP joke now, like the inside jokes that we have, would have come from Clobber, but he never gives him
The credit.
that type of praise.
Yeah.
And I won't either, because fuck Clobber. But no, I agree. Like, it's so obvious to hear his disdain and jealousy, and
deep-seated just jealousy. It's like he wanted, like, honest. He wanted to live in Clobber's like skin, like when he was talking to Wes, or even with Kelp. I'm like, oh my god, Clobbering time. He gets so many marriage proposals. He's just bathing,
and he's got a fucking
bathing
paper
in
bag on
breats.
his head. Yeah,
and he only wears a paper bag.
That's
How? But he's so jealous of it. But like he wants to. It's another thing, kind of like what you mentioned earlier, that like he's trying to be something that he's not. Like he'll see something or someone, like, I want that.
He'll try to imitate the success of
Yes.
others, which is a way to go, I guess, on YouTube. If you want to
Sure.
check all the marks for the algorithm and feed into it, whatever works. But if you want to brand yourself as a sensitive artist, alpha, who's a pioneer and is, taking things in new directions and does things that not other people do and refuses to do things that other people do,
And
that I do not do
bashing
calls.
What other people do?
Yeah, I do not do calls. Some other people do that very well, but it is not my thing.
Some people.
Yeah, some people. He does say it like that.
Yeah, he does. Like
some people.
some people.
Yeah.
And he just like with the back to the roast, like, take that fucking paper bag off your head, and there's this pause I've done, like, with his face, this snarl he's got on his face, like a freaking like bulldog who just
Let's
he's
think
so
of
angry.
a couple of the things that Clobber is that Jorrun isn't. Funny. Not image obsessed.
Yes. Talk about like not at all.
Knowledgeable about TCAP. Easy to work with and responsive, and uploads
Generous.
regular content at the same caliber every time. There's no like great indifference in the quality, randomly of when Clobber goes live, he's going to be listening or watching something. And sometimes he's going to have a person there. He's always going to have a funny donation sound effect. You know what you're going to get. With Jorrun, you never knew quite what you were going to get.
Which isn't a bad thing, but like there's no sincerity to anything. It's all about him. Like,
I'm just being honest.
Anything
just being nice. Clobber was nice, and he wasn't creepy. The bar is low. The bar is pretty fucking low.
It's like the bar is not that high to accomplish, but also like I haven't been around like too long, but I think like Jorrun wanted everything to happen like so fast, but like sometimes with some content creators it takes time. Some people, boom, they get it right away, and that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with either or. It's just be genuine.
If this really was just his, that's what YouTube is for me. I'm not grinding to be the most successful person on YouTube or even in this community, but it's a good outlet for me to, every now and then when I have a creative idea or I have something to say, I can post it here. And if that's all his YouTube ever was, hey, I feel like I've mastered this song really well and I want to upload it here. And I want to occasionally go live and do some. No, it became about money as quickly as it possibly could have. As soon as he was able to start collecting donations, it became about money, and it also became about fame and power and women.
Like what power?
With less than 100, barely 100 subscribers. We're talking, what power?
What like? And he really, in that another thing, like his elite-isms, like he just thought that his stuff was good enough to where he can put himself at the caliber of like other like content creators who actually have been in the game, have been doing it, and don't really care about money and all that stuff. It's just fun.
I wonder if his impression of Clobber would have been different if Clobber had maybe like 10,000 more subs. Because maybe his affection towards those to Danknet and Bay Shaman and Misogigi and stuff like that is because he knows they're really big, and he sees Clobber as like a goal. Like, I can surpass him like this year. Like, I could do that.
This year.
Yeah, I could do that. Oh, and I totally forgot he had a Patreon. Oh my god.
He had a Patreon, dude. My husband and I have been doing a movie podcast for like 2 years. We don't have a Patreon. We don't have merch. We don't have shit. We just like.
I set one up like a
there.
year and a half ago, and
I remember
back when I was doing more game night stuff, and I was like, well, maybe I'll post here more regularly, but eventually I just couldn't justify. Like, I wasn't doing enough to warrant it, so I just shut it down. Anybody who did subscribe, that's great. You know, it really is just a way. For me, Patreon, the only times I've ever really contributed to Patreon wasn't to get extra stuff. It was just to support people that I liked, you know?
And like, if you have extra content to share, then Patreon makes sense.
The Patreon was so puzzling because he eventually figured out how to have donations and a PayPal link, and like if he wanted to plug his PayPal or something, his donation, his Streamlabs link, whatever he could. But Patreon incentivizes you to keep donating because you get exclusive stuff. What would be so good that it would warrant paying money to see it on Patreon, but wouldn't be good enough for Jorrun to post to his main YouTube channel?
No, I don't think he would be able to help himself to do like exclusive stuff. Oh, you guys are going to be the first one to hear this. No, he just wants your money.
If he did, it would be like the same day. He'd upload it to Patreon and then like 3 hours later upload it to YouTube. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That whole outro of his is great. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the notification bell if you want to make sure YouTube doesn't drop the ball. And
drop the ball. Step up your game.
Had to get a little mad at you, YouTube. YouTube doesn't block fucking IPs.
I don't know what an IP is.
I don't think he does either.
Like, I know I don't.
I think he thinks it means internet person.
Internet person. Single person can only create like one name. Or whatever he thought. I don't fucking know.
Who do you think is more likely to fall for another catfishing attempt, Lorne or Jorrun?
My instincts said Jorrun right away. But I did think about it. But Jorrun,
maybe because he has less to lose. Like, Lorne fucks up, he goes back to jail. You know, like if he really fucks up. Jorrun, worst case scenario, gets embarrassed all over again. You know, it is what it is. Kiss that. Yeah. Kiss the guitar. Yep. Oh yeah.
Kiss the guitar. That fucking thing. Kiss the guitar. His sensitive artist showing.
You think people are saying, there's nothing that Lorne could do at this point that would surprise me. I could definitely.
Yeah, Lorne can definitely fall for it, but like they're so similar.
Clobber, I know what you're saying, because Jorrun is on dating apps. Like it would be easy, but Lorne is fucking jury rigged a fucking Bluetooth earpiece into a satellite connected to his trailer, the blast to up into space so that he could talk to Ramona for like 9 hours a day, and like he will do whatever it takes to harass people. He will find a way to do it. He will write them 100 letters. He will so when he's tenacious, so
yes.
But in terms of like likelihood of being susceptible to it, of being susceptible to us doing a catfish, and by I say us, like I mean people in the community, Yeah, I'd still probably say Jorrun. Just in general, I feel like Jorrun would fall for like those bot like dating profiles all the time.
Yeah.
That like will keep a conversation going but not answer any of the questions. It'd be like, "Hey, you look really hot. Do you want to meet tonight?" It'd be like, "Hey, you look hot too. Where do you live?" She'd be like, "Here's my live stream right now. You can come watch my cam show." And he'd be like, "Okay." He click the link and they'd put his credit card information in and go, "Wow, this relationship is going great. This
Oh
is
yeah, he
fantastic."
put that on his lists of relationships that he's had.
Oh yeah, the cam girl.
Oh, the cam girl.
Why does it
do you
always gotta
say?
be? It's gotta be the cam girl, the black chick from Cali. It's gotta be the
Yeah.
Puerto Rican girl. You know, it's gotta be the
Yeah, my
the
incredibly hot
something-
friend.
the something girl. You know.
The someone, the something. He doesn't really do that too much with men. It's always women.
Yeah.
Aw, it's
Kind of
interesting.
weird that he
It is
treats
weird.
woman like objects.
Yeah, Scarlett, he fell for a catfish named Ramona, who he claimed was his favorite fucking Lauren catfish.
Gene E.
Gene E.
Last name Jeannie, first name Idrima.
Yeah. Spelled with a J.
All right. We got to be getting pretty high up on the list at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh
All right,
yeah.
Sweet.
I do need to mention Cricket Snapper.
Okay, the whole movie or just
Well,
Jorrun's
that-
parts?
Well, Cricket Snapper, like, yes, I can't believe this came into our lives, and just the movie in itself is, I could just to try to dissect and try to make sense of it is very fun and interesting. But like Jorrun's scene, like he was supposed to play someone who was, let's just say, evil, or he's someone who's like very disturbed.
A criminal, at least, yeah.
Criminal. But his idea of like a criminal, it was like those like 80s, 90s,
Yes.
like it was from like a kids show. Like, oh no, here's the frickin', what am I staring-
like a PSA like drug ad, like the stereotypical like guy that comes up and goes, "Yo, you want to buy some pot and
some marijuana."
Yeah, come on, it's fine. It's fine. The first one's free. Come on, no
Yeah,
big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Or it's just the stereotype of like it's just that attitude, like, oh man, like my stove must be cooking because I smell bacon, like whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah,
And
he
it's,
tries
the
to do
bandana,
like
the Jinko
like
jeans.
80s
Yes.
gangster with like 1920s gangster at the same
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Like in what is it, The Adventures of Babysitting. I'm surprised he didn't say, "Here comes Jackson.
Yeah, he
Here
talked-
comes Jefferson."
He talks like the fake gunman in the Home Alone movie, you know.
Yes. Or I
I'm gonna
pump your guts full of lead.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Yeah.
He literally does the same accent too.
It's me, snakes. I got the stuff.
Prison Mike's. Prison Mike.
Mike. Oh, look, my best friend in the entire world, Large Father Tron.
What? Oh, Tron's definitely coming on the show eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think him and I have ever done anything together, which is fun. I find everything he says really funny and interesting, so I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
hold on.
so surprised
how
by
do
that,
I
too.
how do I do this in a Jorrun way? So I find this guy's channel, like the Large Father Tron, right? And I'm thinking it's gonna be about like Tron Legacy, which is like my favorite movie. But it is some guy and he's just talking over these calls. And I'm like, who is this asshole talking over these calls? Who's this dumb, stupid guy that is donating to the live streams and doing poetry and rhyming? Like, who's this stupid moron, ugly, dumb idiot? Then I find out that people in the community like him, and I was like, hey, it's all right with me.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah. I really wish he went in on like when he goes, who is this asshole who's talking over the? He's like, who's this disgusting waste of life?
Just really just dig
Horrible.
in.
And then I find out he was donating to Betty, and I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
So Cricket Snapper, I imagine it must have been tough for you to make it to the end and to see the tragic end that Jorrun's character met.
Why make that face when what's with the smiling before you? Like, is it like a haha? I'm not going down.
You think he did that, and then they were like, he was like, okay, when are we gonna do the real take? And they're like, nope, that's it. That was it. We only got one. You go, wait, what? Like,
you probably just thought something that was really, really funny, and he just broke character.
yeah, they're like, fuck it, just leave it in. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, yeah, it's fine, Jorrun. That's probably like the whole all that they did was like, all right, let's move on. Wait, I kind of want to do another take.
It's like the
really feel like I'm
continuity,
warming up.
the outfits don't match here. I don't understand. The lighting is completely different. The audio is shit. It's like, whatever. Who the fuck is gonna watch this movie? We are.
We are. Oh, I feel so bad for my husband making him watch that.
I have not watched the full thing. It'd be on, like, at this point, would I really get anything out of it? If I've already seen all of Jorrun's
confusion.
bits.
Well, if it's not for Jorrun, it's for like if you like watching those type of movies where it's so bad, it's like kind of good.
Is there actual full-blown nudity? Or
Yes.
Is it, oh, it's not like covered up or shadowed or anything. There's just.
I mean, you don't see like full on like, you know, like snatch, but it's.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't
just
that like an issue
sex scenes.
of the lore of Cricket Snappers that they had lots of women drop out of the picture because it was making them uncomfortable and was kind of.
Well, the thing is, like, there were so many sex scenes, but it was only the main character who wrote it, directed it. Like, he just wanted to have all these like fake
self-insert, yeah.
Such self-insert. Like, he thought that he was playing that type of like 20s, like he's like that anti-hero cop that we're just so rooting for. But he'll get so into the case. He's like, oh yeah, I'm working on it. And then he just goes to some random chick's house and just does some really weird shit, like using her as like an ottoman, and then the pig mask and the just fucking her belly button.
Well, you've convinced me. I'm never going to watch that movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't really do a good job.
You were kind of trying to
watch it.
sell me on it, but yeah, I'm sorry.
I just get angry. I was like, yeah.
Tell you what.
You're not missing much.
I'm gonna go take some benzos, some of my Ambien.
Yes.
Chug a couple White Claws. Then I'll put it on, and I'll have a nightmarish reaction to it, and then I'll fry my brain. And the way that I imagine that's the way it was meant to be enjoyed. Definitely not sober.
Yeah, maybe I did it wrong then.
Maybe it's like one of those like because it's the Church of Satan and stuff. Like you got to watch the movie backwards for it to make sense. Yes. And the dialogue when played backwards just goes yaha yaha. Okay, what are your last couple ones on the list here?
A couple too. It's just like quotes, like real damn sexual. Like, how do we not? We all say that on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it wasn't gonna be a troll. Iconic.
That was it. That was the last time he ever thought he had made a point over somebody else, like
Sure.
that he had anything to hold over anybody's head. That was it.
Yeah.
That was the last time. And then he was immediately proven wrong. And West goes, no.
Yeah.
Never said that. If
Yeah.
I did,
Heisenberg is way hotter than who?
still silly for you to believe.
Not me. Fuck that.
Incoming, baby. Kelpill!
I would like to take this moment to offer non-sexual hugs to everyone. Yaha.
Oh, Kelpill out here doling out $10 non-sexual hugs. Hell yeah. Real damn non-sexual.
Real damn non-sexual.
Did he really not know what the word... He didn't know the word platonic. He didn't know what that meant. He didn't know that word. He just has to write non-sexual.
Yep. Non-sexual hugs.
If he has to qualify things with that implies that everything that isn't qualified with non-sexual is meant to be sexual, which it may have been.
If you have to say it, then
Yeah.
it's not that. It's sexual.
It's like him, like he'd be a guy still today to be like no homo, bro. Like after he was complimentary to another gentleman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like everything else on my list we actually brought up. Like we talked about his apartment, we talked about the Kennedy stream, just the fact that hearing him, when he gets so frustrated, flustered, like he doesn't know how to handle having 9 people in his chat and people are donating, and he was struggling. But isn't this what you wanted, Jorrun? You wanted all this attention.
He
couldn't take it.
He kept saying that he felt like he was making it, like he was, you know, he was so thrilled to get that 100 subscribers, and was reaching the breat threshold, you know,
Breat threshold.
And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking doing it. He's like, I am a fixture in the community. So I am beloved. And
Beloved, yes. Highly esteemed, respected, adored.
I can't believe he used the word beloved.
Beloved. I am.
You're not
beloved.
that beloved if there's a bunch of people in all the streams with fake accounts making fun of you.
Controlling.
Yeah. I don't know how beloved you are.
Deloved.
Yes.
Unloved.
The B in beloved stands for beta.
And breats.
Yes. Bears, breats, Battlestar Galactica. Well,
I believe we pretty much covered pretty much everything.
It's wild
on
that
my end.
if I do this again with more guests, that there's still gonna be new shit to talk about.
Yes.
We're still gonna. I think there's multiple things that will always be on everybody's list, but it is fun to. It's like asking everybody who their favorite Predator is. Like most of them, their top 3 are pretty common amongst everybody else, but everybody has one sort of deep dive, deep track, you know, that doesn't get talked about enough, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
I have Jorrun moments like that in my head, like like I said before, the beginning of that Funny Police skit where his friend, with the one where he gets jostled around because he's such a great writer, and they get up and they go, "Hey, there he is! Hey, you looking good? You looking good?" I love that shit.
Yes, non-existent pizza is legit.
Well.
Opie, shut your damn whore mouth. That was my
Harriet.
dog, sorry.
Oh, Harriet's here. She's not whoring around. That's good.
She's not slutting it around.
Yeah, like she normally does.
That whore.
Walking around like she fucking owns the place.
Puckering her asshole.
Do you know that she poops in a box? She poops in a litter box.
What a troglodyte.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassing you.
Oh.
Well, everybody who came here to tune in and get another little taste of this, Thank you so much. Combining everything on your list plus Venefica, I mean, there's more than 15, I think. We didn't even bother keeping track. But if anybody is interested or thinks they have a top 15 they'd love to share, just hit me up, one of the comments. I loved how this turned out. It stunk that Vex had to leave early, but she'll be back. And everybody needs to go subscribe to her and make sure that they encourage her. Yes. Please hit the notification bell to never miss a video. Go subscribe to Vex. Make sure that she knows that she should make more content. And definitely, if you like long form commentary, calls, and artwork and discussions, open discussions with the chat about TCAP stuff, Cali, SlimeBucketWitchLady, is the person to do that.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you guys on tonight. Is there anything?
Me too. I really like this was really fun for me, and I was really nervous because you're so fucking witty. I was like, my God, how am I gonna keep up with this asshole?
I was thinking the same thing about you. Like, trust me. Like, I genuinely, I swear to God, no, I swear to God. Like, you always have like really. Like, anytime I've ever commented in your shit, you've always understood exactly what I'm saying. Sometimes, things get lost over text and translation, but you've always been. We definitely like always agree on a lot of the same things. So I knew it was gonna be a good match. Yeah. Have me on your channel sometime.
I've never had other people on my channel. I really would like to do that. There are definitely people that
can I pay you to paint me?
Paint you or Harriet?
I was gonna ask for both. Like, but I gotta find a fun way to do it. Yeah. Once we can.
Yes to Harriet. I'll think. Humans aren't really my thing.
Like a huge, incredibly detailed, beautiful portrait of Harriet, and then like a crudely drawn like little stick figure.
Stick figure.
The arrow pointing. It says Heisberg, and it's.
Scarlet, love you, Scarlet. It'll fingerprint. It'll be like when you're a kid, when you're making like a Thanksgiving turkey, you put your fist. And then
basically whatever you do, I want to make it into a tapestry to hang it up like the Phoenix one in Jorrun's apartment. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, like blown up.
Yeah, I'll be able to put it behind the green screen. So. Yeah.
Yes, I'll paint you like one of my French girls.
Do you actually take commissions, or do you have a link or something for that?
I do. I when I stream, I do like my donations. I'm like working on. I'm working on the whole commissions thing. I'm not very good at my worth when it comes to anything, so I definitely lowball things, but. Yeah, I'm working on it.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it.
Cool. I look forward to seeing what you got coming down the pipeline. All right.
Thank you.
I'm going to end it here tonight, guys. Take it easy. It's been very snowy, very chilly where I've been at. Fortunately, I got the day off of work on Friday. Sweet 3-day weekend, and tomorrow. I won't be watching any football. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's my first, Sunday. I got to help my friend move, and then I'm going to see my girlfriend probably, so. Yay, Heisenberg's very exciting day. Coming up tomorrow. And maybe, just maybe, I will see you guys next Saturday. Stay tuned. That's it. I can't think of a better way to end it than... Like, comment.